Women's Month?
I definitely believe that trans women have a lot of the same issues we have. I know that we go through different changes in terms of our mood swings, especially because they are also taking hormones to have the same hormones that we do. So because we have similar problems, I definitely think that they should be included in Women's Month because women should be celebrated in any form.
I believe that every woman should be included in Women's Month, whether you are biologically born a woman or not. I believe we all share the same values and struggles at the end of the day. And I think that feeling empowered within oneself and empowering all women of all kinds is absolutely crucial during this month. You know, that's actually interesting, but the only answer I could give you is that, of course, if trans women refer to themselves as women, then I think that we should also celebrate the gender that they have now. And if that would make them feel good about themselves, then we should respect that. Thank you.
Well, for me personally, I believe that trans women should be included in Women's Month. Simply because although they are not born as women, but they have the heart as a woman. So I personally believe they should be included. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Christina.
Hi.
Should trans women be included in Women's Month?
I believe so. Women's Month is about inclusivity and supporting people within if you identify as a woman. So to be honest, it's all about supporting everybody.
Thank you.
Definitely so. You know, I was just in Congress in celebration of Women's Month last Monday, given the fact that we have our Congresswoman, Geraldine Roman, a trans woman herself, who currently chairs the Committee on Women in Congress. She spoke a lot about the difficulties she finds being a leader in the Philippines itself, and that was just super inspiring for someone like me because trans women identify as women themselves. Therefore, we must celebrate them with us this month as well.
Yes, because I consider trans women as women, so they should be included and they should be celebrated in this month. Thank you. You know what? As someone who's had trans women also in my life, I consider them as women already. So yeah, of course, whatever they choose, if they are happy, then we should be happy for them because who are we to judge anyway?
Women's Month, I actually think that Women's Month is not necessarily about just women, about empowering women, but it's also empowering other people. So I don't think there's nothing wrong or there's something wrong about including trans women in that celebration because at the end of the day, we're celebrating each other, we're empowering everyone, not just women, of course.
Well, of course, my answer is yes. Trans women are women. When we talk about women, we're not just talking about biological features or if you were born as a female. The essence of what it means to be a woman and womanhood is so much more than that. And if you're able to be nurturing and care for those around you and really feel the essence of what it means to be a woman, then of course you're a woman, and trans women included.
As Miss Universe Philippines, we're not really advocating specifically on gender. We're advocating for empowerment and individuality. So I think that diversity really matters, especially in this competition. So I think it's a go-go.
Sure, we should be more inclusive, you know, everybody should be in the celebration, and I hope to see a trans woman soon in Miss Universe Philippines. Thank you.
For Women's Month, first off, my name is Corenda De Leon, representing Camarines Norte. I just want to say for Women's Month, we want to be as inclusive as possible. For our trans sisters, we want to give them so much love, and to celebrate each and every woman and womanhood all together is such a blessing. So I hope that we get to include each and every one of us and our uniqueness and allow all of us to shine. Mwah.
Hello everyone, hello universe. I am Micah Cabling Martinez from Miss Universe Philippines, Cabanatuan City. Well, of course, I would like to share with everyone that Women's Month is open for everyone because this is really a celebration of womanhood. So if our trans sisters would also like to celebrate with everyone and just empower and champion this month, we will welcome everyone who wants to be part of Women's Month. And at the same time, if it is for the better good of everyone, for equality, we will support that.
Yeah, I definitely believe that trans women should be included in Women's Month because as you know, in different countries, They are, because as women, they have such strong and unique stories. And you know, women's month shouldn't just be enclosed to people who are biologically born as women, but also people who consider themselves as women too. So yeah, I strongly believe that they should be included. And very, very happy Women's Month to all the strong and empowered women out there. Keep creating, keep breaking barriers, and keep inspiring the future generation of women so we can create a strong generation of women in future. Thank you. Sure.
I think the promotion of all women in identity or biological is important to promote each other. This Women's Month should be more about empowerment than the logistics about what makes a woman. It should really just be an empowering opportunity for all of us to promote each other's stories.
In Women's Month, you know, I think as a woman, part of being a woman is a reproductive system, right? And for me, as a person who's been diagnosed with infertility, I share that problem with a lot of other women out there. And I think we should focus more on what women can do and what we as women are going through before we address other women, right? Like trans women. I think there's still a lot of time and a lot of opportunity to advocate for women, and we're still not doing that. And before we can move forward, I think we should address that first.
I think with Women's Month, we celebrate the kind of opportunities, the experiences, the strengths of a woman. I think it's kind of a hard battle. I had this conversation with my mom and my auntie yesterday because Women's Month for me is celebrating their stories. You know, they've gone through a lot with the past generations to get to us where we are now, being empowered. And I think with trans women, we do celebrate them, I think, but we have time for that as well. For now with Women's Month, I believe we kind of respect how like the women before us got to us to this point. Thank you.
Yes, because I believe that all trans women, if they identify as women, that they should be respected as women. And further beyond that, I think respect can go through all genders and all identifications, because at the end of the day, we are all human, and all humans deserve respect.
Yes, of course. Can you hear me with the fan? That's why. Yes, of course. Trans women should be included. They are just women, just like us. All women should be included to celebrate this month. 100%.
Thank you, girl. Hi, Liana. Of course, Miss Iniloan. So my question, we are celebrating Women's Month. So my question is, should trans women be included in Women's Month?
Of course. The definite answer to that is yes. Especially that, well, trans women, from the name itself, women, so we also celebrate them. Also, we share the same values, we share the same core, so it's just fitting that we include them, and you know, they give so much for our communities as well, so we should celebrate them the way we celebrate ourselves during Women's Month. We love them all. Oh, that's a very controversial and very sensitive topic, but I will try to speak from my heart. I think, you know, trans women, they all have their own problems to deal with. They all have their own reason as to why they're pushing for their recognition. I think it's important for us to keep an open mind when it comes to pushing for another person's rights, whether that's a woman, that's a man, or anything else in between. It's important that we respect them, we acknowledge them, because at the end of the day, respect really is at the base of everything. If we're only able to approach each other, each issue with much understanding and kindness, we're able to create a society where every gender is celebrated.
Ladies, don't forget to join us.
So like with Miss Universe Philippines, I know there are candidates who ought, or transgender candidates, who ought to participate in a big platform like Miss Universe. And for me, my opinion is, as long as they're legal in their government documents, as long as they're legal and are identified as a woman, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because I also identify them as fellow women. That's all. Thank you.
I think that is an excellent question and really good for conversation. I personally believe that trans women should be included in Women's Month, because Women's Month is supposed to celebrate all women identifying as women. So I do believe that we should create a safe space for them in this month to also celebrate.
For me, yes,
advocating for love for all. So LGBTQ plus is also part of the love for all. So we should also embrace the uniqueness and individuality.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you. I think they must be included in the Women's Month because I believe that trans women are still women regardless of their beliefs, aspirations, political views, and even sexual preferences. And I think there's nothing wrong, and I believe that it is about time to empower one another. Thank you.
I feel like in principle, yes, they should. And Women's Month is all about celebration. We should always include those who identify as women and as such, celebrate them and their contribution to society as well.
Of course, first of all, I'd like to greet Happy Women's Month to all. And of course, kasama na dyan ang ating mga trans women sisters. Diba? Trans women are women, kaya dapat they should be included and they should also be celebrated.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, because we are all equal, especially in the eyes of God, regardless of our culture, tradition, gender. We are all equal, and always remember that we are born to be unique, different, and we are born to be truth and not to be perfect.
Yes, definitely. Trans women should be included in the celebration of Women's Month because it is not just about being a woman biologically, but it's within us. It's because of our heart and on how we stand on other lives. Thank you.
So I believe that, being an inclusive pageant, we need to also include these trans women because womanhood doesn't start with childbirth. Womanhood doesn't start when you have the reproductive organs of a woman. I think that it may come as late, but we should still include them and make them feel that they are included because Miss Universe always says that they're inclusive, and I also want to practice that. So I firmly believe that we should include these trans women for Women's Month. Thank you so much.
Well, sa opinion ko, I guess it's okay for me that they are included in Women's Month. So we could promote gender diversity or inclusivity. And I think there's nothing wrong with them being included in Women's Month because they are also considered women. And yeah, let's just spread love and not hate.